I've got a couple of questions here that I'll get us started with that have already come in, and I will read them.
Perfect.
Jason, Josh, Danny, Bill. We just gave the audience a sneak peek of some footage, but would love to hear from you guys about how you would describe your characters. Jason?
Oh, wow. Yeah, I mean, angry. It would be angry from the jump, from the get-go. Yeah, and feeling a little bit like the wise man, or at least the angry man on a ship of fools. I would say he's a contrarian. He's a little frustrated. He's definitely the black sheep. But I would say that who he reminds me a little bit of is McMurphy from One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. A little bit. Not to belabor the.
This movie is a lot like One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Yeah, it's very, very similar.
A lot of, especially the ending.
Yeah, the ending. Oh boy, what a heartbreak!
It's a sacrifice.
No spoilers.
It's a journey. It's the beginning of a journey. It's that's how you look at it.
You have to take into consideration sequels.
Chuck has a much better metabolism than I do. He's a speed demon, and what I was immediately attracted to, aside from the color of his feathers when I signed on, was this idea that he just can't stop himself. He's always going. His mind is going faster than his mouth can keep up with, and there was something just so fun about that. And the very first time we spoke, you showed me those amazing visuals of kind of what the animators were thinking, and it's just one of those characters that is so fun to play because he's out of control and he can't stop himself, and I think that's the heart of who he is. He's such a beautiful little bird.
Bomb he's also angry. He's also a bird too, and he has an explosive personality. He explodes when he gets angry, and he wants to improve that. He wants to be able to focus his anger. He's embarrassed that he gets so angry and that he can't control his anger, and that's a lot like me, and that's why I took this. I explode. Therapy. Yeah, it was therapy. Yeah.
I play Leonard. My agent called me and said, they're making an Angry Birds movie, and they want you to play a pig. I mean, you guys draw your own conclusions.
Josh, Danny, what is it that makes you guys the most angry in life?
Do you want us to answer this simultaneously?
Don't do that. There's people over talking.
You can alternate? Yeah.
I don't know. Hypothetical equations like a reality TV star could be the next president of the United States. Let's see. Things like that, I guess. What makes me angry? What makes me angry is being woken up on my birthday when I am supposed to be able to sleep with my wife giving me the news that, I have to volunteer at school in an hour. Can you watch the kids and let Time Warner Cable in and also make coffee and make egg white omelet for everybody? Happy birthday, love. That makes me angry.
That feels fresh.
Yeah,
That's actually
it's recent.
Some people, that'd be a great morning program for some people.
Yeah.
Have someone that you love, and offspring, in the kitchen. That'd be great.
I rarely get angry, except for when I drove here this morning. Waze, when it makes me take a left. I know, over 4 lanes of traffic. That makes me furious.
Come on, Waze. They don't recognize stoplights or anything. Also, as you're driving, it's like right. Next right, idiot. No, wait, no.
Bill, how did you find the voice of Leonard? How would you describe his voice? You've done so many amazing voices in animation.
Yeah, Leonard was, they said, the directors said, he's like the Music Man, or, like Robert Preston. You guys remember that? Music Man, Robert Preston? I want to hear from everyone. And then they said, well, if it was a Music Man, and so we did a version like that for, I think, a full session, and then it was that thing where you come back to the second session, they go, well, do you have something else? And so we found this, like, if the hee-haw Music Man, it was like, yeah, so that was kind of what he came from, and just very jolly and excited, and basically it's my dad. I'm doing an impression of my father.
Great. Should we open it up now to questions from everyone here?
There you go.
Among you guys, anybody get particularly obsessed with the game at any point in your life?
I got obsessed on, I don't know about you guys, I got obsessed on the game on a layover, and I was stuck on a plane.
Yeah.
And that's when I discovered Angry Birds, and it was wonderful.
I was on the toilet, and true story. No, I became obsessed with Star Wars Angry Birds.
Yeah,
And
that was awesome.
And I was on set, and I would literally not speak to anybody in between takes. I would just play obsessively as Darth Bird or whatever it was, and it's such a great game.
Yeah, the Star Wars one, if you guys, that's a great one.
Well, you D-Mac, did you ever?
Yeah, I just like buy my way to victory. I just
Yeah.
yeah.
So you in the Kardashian game? You say MMO.
Yeah, that's great. The Kardashian game. On your way to victory.
I played the old version where you throw birds at things.
Yeah, we do Mac, he's from Kansas, I'm from Oklahoma.
Yeah,
these guys, the way we used to do it back in the day, you took a bird.
You go to a
You
lot.
took a pig over there and you took a bird and you threw that bird at that pig. You tried to knock over his hypocrite. That's how it worked back in the old days. Computer geek.
Then after that, you get done, you go eat breakfast.
After that, you go have breakfast.
My question is, for any of the actors, does it look like they maybe copied any of your physical mannerisms or maybe tics for your characters?
I don't want to comment on that because there's a pending lawsuit right now.
Yeah. The likeness.
Yeah.
The likeness
Yeah.
clause in my contract.
I think my character, I definitely see a lot of me, and that's the beauty of this process is you go in so early that it's they're really working in sync with your performance and matching what you're doing, and there's always, you guys record a lot of the sessions, don't you?
Yeah, there's always a video
we do.
camera. When you're recording, there's a video camera right there that some poor animator has to watch over and over. Isn't it funny? Have you guys ever met the animators on any of these things? And they look at you and you go, "Hey, how are you?" And they've been listening to your voice for the last like 3 years. They're just like,
It's coming out of a person, not a box.
You'll notice that the one character they didn't capture looks-wise is McBride because he did all of his stuff over a payphone during so he won't come in.
My kids don't even look like me, so
Weak genes. Yeah, weak genes.
Because they look at the visuals, and because you guys are all so physical on screen, especially you two coming from SNL, you're all over the place, but in this, we're just hearing your voice. So how do you kind of bring your brand of comedy or your style just by using your voice when we can't really see what you're doing?
We're actually are. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but you're moving around a lot because you're trying to, like you said, you're just screaming. I mean, we're videotaping you. But I mean, so much of it too is, I gotta say, which is great about the directors on the movie, is they really allowed us to kind of own it and add things and
Yeah,
you know.
You sort of trust the visuals
Trust
too.
them, yeah.
You know, you just gotta. I mean, I end up doing a lot of it with the gestures and taking on, like, breathing. But I end up doing a lot of it with my eyes closed personally, like just sort of to as crazy as that may seem, to like just kind of picture what's going on. Okay, you're being catapulted, through the sky. You're whipping by a bunch of things, and to sort of be in like a little room in the middle of Manhattan, you know, with like John's smiling face on a Skype machine. Like it does help just to be like, okay, all right, here we go, and then, you know, going for it. But yeah, I think you just got to put your trust in the visuals, which is another good thing about having a background of SNL, is that everybody behind the scenes and the support staff there were like are Tony winners and, you know, have a million things going on. You just put your trust in, like, you know, the people that know what they're doing. Versus second guessing it. It's, you know, you're not going to get much done that way.
Did you find it was a bit of a self-reflective and process in a way where you were able to improvise and the story develop as that went on, or was the story a bit more set? Because, I mean, it grew out of a game. It's not what happened.
They did a great job, I thought, of putting a story together with the game, and I thought, like a lot of these animated movies, they take years and years and years, and what these guys are so good at, kind of, just they're constantly improving things, like nothing, they never settle on something. It's not like we show up and there's an Angry Birds script and we just record it and go home. It's not, it's...
Never done on white pages.
Yeah, you're constantly redoing the themes because these
I
guys
did
are
new jokes
working
yesterday.
so hard.
Like literally went in yesterday for a couple hours just to add.
Yeah, I
new
did
jokes.
last week. Last week went in and they're, you know, that scene, that's all different now, you know, and they're constantly working really hard.
My stuff must be working well. I haven't gotten it in months.
You might have gotten rid parts of it.
I think your stuff might have gotten
just
That-
trimmed out.
Yeah.
It wasn't testing well.
Yeah.
Yellow doesn't. People don't respond well to yellow anymore.
I don't like the quick bird.
But it was a big thing for me. I was very curious. Like, you don't have to know it's like, I mean, this is a high praise, I feel, but it's like Life of Brian. If you have an understanding about like the Bible and the history of religions, you love the movie on that level as well. But otherwise, it's just a very fun, funny movie. Even if you don't. Like, because I didn't play the game as much. I'm more of a New York Times crossword puzzle guy. Only Monday puzzles. I'm not a dick. You know, only Mondays.
Don't sell yourself short there, Jay.
I'm gonna Tuesday 2/3 way done.
He's being very modest. He does the Saturday cross.
Yeah, like I wait for one like Broadway question, and I'm like, oh yeah, okay, there you go, the Luntz. And then that's it. I'm done.
Very.
But I like the story. There was a big part of it for me. It was like, well, what is the story? And they, you know, when you have, you know, people that wrote for The Simpsons coming up with it, they've come up and forgotten so many good stories. Having worked on that show for 20 plus years, that you're kind of like, you just put, again, your trust in that. But I like the overall, you know, theme of the film. You know, that anger sometimes is necessary, and so they carved out a nice little origin story about the frustration between the birds and the pigs, which you know was something I know every time everybody played that game was probably really concerned with. Like,
yeah, I know. What's going on? What's his arc?
Really, really quick follow-up.
Do your children want you to do animated movies? Do they like want to be a part of the process and help you?
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah, it was funny. My daughters didn't understand I was fearing Inside Out until the second time they watched it, and then they went, "That's Dad." But they like it. Yeah, sometimes I take them to recording sessions sometimes, and they just get bored.
For me, my oldest daughter figured out the very first time I took her to a movie was Monsters University, and they showed a teaser for Frozen. And my character didn't even say, I'm Elsa, by the way, for those of you who haven't seen it. My character didn't say,
Let It Go?
Yeah, I'm the one who sang Let It Go and made it a pop cultural hit. And my daughter looked at me and she was like, she just turned 2 and my character just laughed and she goes, Dada? More Dada. And I swear to God, I started crying.
That's a lie.
And yeah.
Everybody's fucking real.
It was about 2 months after that I first conceived of this story and really thought it would work well in a room of Angry Birds people. Jerk. My baby doesn't quite get it yet.
No.
My kid thinks I'm Ed Helms.
Yeah.
Not a bad thing.
Saw Vacation and went,
Not a bad thing. It's like, Dada, what was The Office like? I was like,
yeah, I get The Office too. My kids think I'm Rainn Wilson.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh well.